Right there.
Okay.
You want to move? Haven't, well, I got the wings back on it.
Oh, you do?
That's about it.
Oh. All right. 6 o'clock yet? 6 o'clock?
Yep.
You're going to the meeting. You might.
Okay, test. Okay, I'd like to call the order of the meeting Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Chairman Houston. Here. Judd. Here. Meyer.
Here.
Sansari.
Here.
I am here. The rest will be marked absent.
Absent, yeah. Okay, item number 4.
The agenda for the Airport Advisory Commission of the City Hall meeting of October 24, 2018 was posted on the bulletin board at City Hall on October 19th at 10 a.m. per Government Code Section 54954.2.
Okay. Very good, thank you. 5, consent. Approve the minutes of the Airport Advisory Commission meeting of September 26, 2018.
I move we accept the minutes as presented.
I second.
Okay, have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mission carried. Okay, number 6, public input. I see we have no people here this evening for public input, so we'll not announce the requirements. Item number 7, reports. Item A, Airport Improvement Program Rehab Runway 1331, Phase 117.
So the next critical date in that is April of 2019, so there will be no report until after that.
Okay. Item B, building improvement, the restaurant, the Old Navy Brig.
So we've made great progress. The tile floors in the kitchen, it was grouted today. We signed the quote for the carpet yesterday for the dining area, so that's going in. Staff's working on the last bit of the outdoor dining area concrete. We hope to pour that beginning of next week. We built a very large shed for dry storage directly behind the building. That shed is complete except for paint. The shed and the dingling itself have been primed in preparation for paint. We need to pick some colors and get it painted. And then we have a little bit of work to do on the ADA parking spots out there. We have a wall to build, kind of dividing the outside dining area from the outside. We've got to put a wall back up. We need to paint the interior. I believe the ceiling of the kitchen's being painted 2 coats tomorrow. We're going to hang the hood on Friday. At that point, the stainless steel for the kitchen walls should be in next week. We'll get that up, then we can install the fixtures. The next big hurdle is getting a plumber out there to plumb the supply lines, because we wanted those to go in after all the walls were painted and everything was done. So all in all, we're looking pretty good. Probably the end of the month, next month, not this month.
Do we have a tenant lined up?
RFQ was issued at the last council meeting, and proposals were mailed out to people who have expressed interest in the past. The deadline to receive those proposals is next Friday, and I haven't quite figured out who's going to be doing the selecting from the proposals yet. Okay. I need to discuss that with the city manager.
Question? Yes. How many people have these been sent out to, or roughly?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay, thanks.
Good.
And how do they pick the selection committee?
I don't know that yet. I've been out of town and slammed, so I haven't gotten that far. That's probably a Friday thing.
So these RFQs then would be proposing a rent they would want to pay? or-
Nope, the rent's laid out in the RFQ, the way the rent's going to work. So, and don't ask me to say it off the top of my head right now because I don't remember. I think it was $2,750 and then $3,000 and then $3,250 for the third year.
If there's somebody interested in it that may not have gotten a application?
Call the airport.
Okay.
Tony will get them one promptly.
Okay.
I have a question on that storage building. How come it's so big? What are they going to put in there?
It's for dry storage, so it's where they would keep
Extra food?
paper items, napkins,
Yeah, I wouldn't
food
say-
that doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Right.
Canned goods, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized building. It's blocking a couple of the windows, isn't it? Or is it?
It took out. No, we stopped before the window. What took out the window was the
back.
the hood.
Yeah.
So the shed didn't take out that window. The hood did. We stopped before the next window. So
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, we'll move on to item C, AIP 20, Airport Improvement Program.
had a meeting with the FAA today up in San Francisco. Things are well. We discussed AIP 20. They said the funding it's fully funded. Even indicated that if it came in a little higher than what we originally told them, everything would be okay. So we should be under construction for Taxiway K next summer. So July, August time period. So we should hopefully beat the weather, do a summer project, not have to battle winter. We will have to do a little bit of night work when we go connect it to 3-1 out of Bravo, but and work on the other side, moving Bravo. But all in all, it's not a bad deal.
What's runway? You said taxiway K?
Yeah, Taxiway Kilo will go from, well, here. Let me get the right mouse. Taxiway Kilo goes right
Oh, okay.
there.
Oh,
Will it eventually extend down the other side or no?
We discussed that today. Part of the project eliminates the lead-in taxiway for runway 24 and 31.
Okay.
We're not going to be removing pavement. It will be a paint job down
Yeah.
here. It's
Basically,
going to be
yeah.
chevroned out.
Okay.
And we're trying to work with them to get the displaced threshold for takeoff only. She was a little bit confused because the map shows that we have airspace easements down here
Correct.
in the shape of the runway protection zone. She felt that that was a runway protection zone conflict for that. And I said, it's a displaced threshold for takeoff only. And she goes, oh, yeah, you're right. That's not a conflict. I said, plus that's airspace.
Right.
So and remember, she's in charge of 400 different airports. So
Right.
how she keeps anything straight, I don't know. But needless to say, per those discussions, things are looking well that we can get that. They are playing a little bit of hardball on us on the runway 6. So we currently are not. We were supposed to do runway 6 at the same time. We're eliminating the lead-in on 3-1 and 2-4. But our biological assessment indicated that there were some conflicts down there that we need to deconflict, potential conflicts. And we just don't have time to get that work done in a rapid manner. So they're allowing us to continue with the project as is laid out, which are those lines that you saw me put in. But before they're going to allow us to do taxiway lighting on Alpha and Charlie, we have to do the taxiway down at 6 and deconflict that area.
and does this fit in with the plans for the Cal Fire if they ever move over there?
It does.
Yes. Yeah, they tie right into it, I guess.
So in the future, assuming we get our displaced threshold, which they're going to wait to decide until that's done, then we will extend taxiway down and tie back in so that they don't have to cross and then taxi down.
If I may ask a question, why are they not wanting to go with a displaced threshold right from the get-go if they think they can go later?
Because they want runway 6 done.
So is this just trying to make it hard for us to make sure we agree with runway 6? Is that it?
That's the impression I got.
It sounds to me like the motivation for 6 would be the taxiway lights. But,
Well, the deal was we got K if we did all 3.
all right, well, okay.
So
Why did they pick K? Are we out of,
I don't know why. That's what
we're up to what, D now, or something like that?
well, I think a designer at some point just put Y and Z out there because they didn't know what to put. So
Is there a Juliet?
yes,
Well, my K is just the next one.
Juliet's right there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that one.
India, where's India? That's right. That's right. Don't have to. Just
I'm not sorry. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I left early for San Francisco this morning.
that's fine. All right.
Any environmental issues with this taxiway?
No, we cleared all. We were able to get approval for these. We're going to have to do a little bit of work with the biologist right when we get ready to go. They need to go cleared, but the majority of the taxiway is in disturbed soil, so there's no conflict.
Oh, good. Okay, any further discussion? Okay, move on to item D, fire station number 3, etc. What does that mean?
So fire station number 3 is manned, staffed, up and running. We should have the footing poured for the carport by the end of the week. So and the carport's being delivered on Friday. So staff should have the carport assembled over the next couple of weeks, and that part is complete. The trenching is 95% complete for the fiber project to get the fiber optics out to them. The last little bit needs to go through half the dog park and then across the CAL FIRE driveway to tie in. That trenching should be done tomorrow and Friday. And then we're already scheduled to pull the fiber in the next 2 weeks. So that project's almost complete too.
How deep do they put that fiber up?
3 feet.
3 feet? It looks like huge mounds of dirt.
That's all the rubber ground cover that goes on top of the dirt that you're seeing. We haven't put that back yet because we're expecting the trench to settle over winter. And then once it settles, we'll backfill, put dirt, and then top dress it after that.
Question. I missed something there. Did you say CAL FIRE driveway is yet to be crossed? I didn't.
Yes.
Where's the CAL FIRE driveway?
The dog park driveway.
Right by the entrance of the dog park.
Oh, I'm sorry. That side, other side. Thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? I did not look when I was over there. Is your driveway patched on the other side, or?
Yeah, it looks like it's been dug and covered up with gravel.
But no asphalt yet?
No. Well, the last time I was there was Friday.
Okay. So we'll be asphalting both driveways once we're done.
Okay, item E, traffic pattern change, altitude.
Pending FAA review, no report.
Okay, any question? No? Item F, skydive.
So Hollister Skydive approached me a while back indicated that they were wishing to jump on the airport. They wanted to know why that never happened before, and I let them know that in the past, that past operators of Skydive operation never wanted to conflict with CAL FIRE. So he went and spoke with CAL FIRE and did some searching, and so he proposed to me the other day that they were going to go ahead and use this piece of property out here. It was a remainder parcel that was done after a Caltrans project realigning that intersection of San Felipe and 156. It was deeded to the property owner adjacent to it. So when I found that out, I went and spoke to the county and asked if it's in the county, that's not in the city of Hollister, and asked if a application had been done to change the use of the property to that, and they had indicated not. So I provided skydiving with the information they required to start that process. They have started that process. I know that the fire department got routed a preliminary review of it the other day. I don't know any more than that. So they're going through the process. I assume there will be some sort of planning commission hearing at some point. And we'll go from there. CAL FIRE's only concern is that they never conflict with the runway. And the last drawing, I can't do a circle with this, can I? Darn. Oh, wait, maybe I can. Right here. Here we go. So the last drawing they submitted shows that they would be affecting that airspace when they jump. They would jump, out at the edge of the circle when the wind's blowing and then land in the center of the circle. And CAL FIRE is okay with that as long as that circle never encroaches on the runway. They will have to modify their departure procedures. Currently they take off and they're airborne by Delta and then they're already veering this way. They'll have to extend a bit and then go around. The other conflict we have is with Kitty Hawk. With the testing they do and the approvals they have from the FAA, if there's a loss of signal, that aircraft returns right over the top of that property. So that's also something that is being looked at in this process before it's approved.
Well, doesn't that circle interfere with the helicopter landing pattern? That's
a big circle.
If I remember correctly, the helicopter's pattern, their downwind is
Right.
opposite of ours.
We changed that.
Okay.
We changed that a few years ago, that helicopters and airplanes are flying the same pattern.
Okay.
Oh,
I think the last thing I had read still shows the pattern opposite of us.
yeah, RP, yeah.
Thought we changed that.
Airport facilities directory, show that? I don't remember. You got that there?
Smartphone.
I do kind of recall that there's, on the sectionals, there's an asterisk or something, which I think may indicate that. Helicopter's right pattern. See who's fastest.
Doesn't say anything here through mine. It just says helicopter's traffic pattern is 730 to 500.
Doesn't say right or left.
No.
Have to see, is it on the latest section? Used to be on
There's something on a sectional, but I don't remember. I haven't looked at it. There's some kind of.
Yeah, it had RP for helicopters. I forget. Now that circle, is that from ground zero up to wherever they're at jumping from?
Latest sectional I have doesn't say.
It was
anything.
changed in 2015. That's when it was changed.
Okay.
And helicopters are supposed to be flying the same traffic pattern as everybody else
Oh,
down.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. I guess that went away. Oh, okay.
And that circle is from the ground up, or is it a cone, or?
It's a cone. So the smallest part of the cone would be
Center.
in the center and go up from there. And that's only when they're in the air.
Right.
Do they initiate the drop within that circle?
They are supposed to, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
I mean, from 15,000 feet, they'll still be within that circle.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling us.
Okay.
they're supposed to be.
Right.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, well, anyway.
I believe the jump profile at the beginning is a straight line. Well, as close to a straight line as the winds allow.
Well, I was going to say, the wind will still
For
blow you.
the first 12,000 feet, right?
Yeah, and they'll probably be, even on the windy afternoons in the summer, they should be opening up more towards the east than the west.
What?
Because they want to fly into the wind.
Correct.
What? They'll open up more east?
More east, because when they come down, they're just like us. They have to fly into the wind to land. Otherwise, the ground speed's doubled.
Well,
The
okay.
gliders fly
I guess I have no knowledge of parachute jumping.
Well,
the gliders fly right in pattern downwind.
once again, if we are required by the FAA to support all aeronautical activities,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
under no circumstances, if we wish to continue to receive the $12 million in grant programming I've laid out over the next 5 years, can we oppose a legal aeronautical use?
Right.
There's no opposal to my end of it. I just want to make sure that CAL FIRE's not going to get interfered
Just
with.
looking for safety issues, that's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
So if CAL FIRE wishes to do something, that's CAL FIRE and their grant assurances. It's not ours. So
Well, I would think if there was a fire, CAL FIRE, if they want to get there in a hurry, they would have to do a right turnout to get there faster.
Yeah, but
That's
the only
legal.
time it probably will interfere with them is maybe on weekends.
Yeah.
You know, during the week, there's not many
That's
jumps
true.
being done, so. And even at that, it would have to be, a short time frame that it would interfere, not.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I could see a substantial financial benefit to the skydivers by jumping there.
Yeah. Okay. Any more discussion on that? Okay, old business, none. New business, none. Items for next agenda. Let's see.
need to add NBAA. I need to give you a report for NBAA 2018. And then we should probably discuss the activities out of the dog park yesterday. And then 7A
B.
through F.
Well, no, A, I mean, there's not going to be any report till April of 2019.
Right.
B through F.
Yeah.
Want to leave it on there, though? No? You could leave it on there and just no report.
Just leave them all on. You can just have no report. That way
Yeah.
we'll follow up on April.
Just don't roll your eyes when there's no report.
It's all right. We understand. Don't expect anything till April or May, I suppose.
Okay, that's it? Any
That's
other
it.
discussion? Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Nope, we got to talk about the next meeting date.
Oh, it's next meeting date. Says November the 28th.
Yes, so that would be the week after Thanksgiving. Do we have conflicts or not? I don't.
I don't even,
I don't believe I do.
yeah.
Should be all right.
Okay, so that's the next meeting date. Now we can move to 13.
I
Wait.
make a motion that we adjourn.
Blah, blah, blah.
What?
Do we want to talk about December? We're going to have a December meeting or not? I guess.
We normally have it, but we have it early. It's a special meeting.
I guess we can figure that out next month.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Sorry.
That's okay.
On the new council people, are they going to reassign people? I reapplied.
Yeah, that, the election happens when?
November?
November what? 6th? So
Oh, after that, I might get.
they get sworn in the first meeting in December. I imagine they would be working sometime between then and the second meeting in December to decide what their decision is going to be. And then I would hope that if everything goes well, that the recommendations are at the second meeting in December.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
March the
March
motion.
meeting.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting closed.